Please welcome Juhi McClelland, Managing Partner, IBM APAC Consulting, for a spotlight on technology transformation.
Thank you. So good morning. It's still good morning. Welcome back. I hope everyone had a nice little break. I am truly, truly honored to be part of Perth's 2050 vision and plan. And Paula, thank you very much. I love your city, guys. You have an amazing thing going here, and I look forward to spending a lot more time here, so thank you. I wanted to start off with talking about, if I can get the clicker to work. Oh, I am going backwards and forwards. That was a fast presentation, right? Overachieved my targets. Okay, I work in tech industry. I have bought into AI, so please bear with me, all the naysayers. We'll get through this. So there is a very, very significant shift happening in the world of technology that is going to impact every single human. It is not an understatement. It is going to impact everybody. And this advancement is AI. Thank you very much. I'm liking this feedback. Thank you. On a very serious note, AI is intrinsically linked into our daily lives in a way that we have never, ever seen before, right? Several of us have gone through a few revolutions and changes. This is big and very high impact. According to the Tech Council of Australia, if Australian businesses simply adopt the AI tools of today, and these are changing very, very rapidly, they would achieve $115 billion a year in productivity by 2030. And why do I believe this number? Just because at IBM ourselves, we have achieved, in the last 2 years, we achieved $3.5 billion in productivity. And this year alone, we're going to achieve $4.5 billion in productivity. 2 years, 3.5, 1 year, 4.5. So this stuff is real, it's big, it's happening. We are fortunate to have this Institute of Business Values where we do a study, and it's a very honest, direct conversation. We did this study with 2,000 CEOs around the world, including a very good representation from across Asia Pacific and many of your CEOs as well. And we received some really important feedback, but 3 things really stood out for us. The first, CEOs are expecting to go beyond scaling AI, beyond experimentation, to deploying AI across their enterprise. Number 2, new skills are in high demand. Last year, 51% of the skills that were hired for did not even exist a year ago. I mean, just let that sink in. And third, CEOs are under tremendous pressure to drive innovation and growth while balancing the need for operational excellence. So it's not an either or, it's both. These insights tell us something's very, very important. AI adoption is no longer optional. It's business critical, and I do believe it's critical for the future of Perth. Among Perth's priorities, I have selected 3 where I believe AI can have significant impact: sustainability, empowering healthcare, and reimagining infrastructure. And I really would like to bring these priorities to life through 3 real-world examples from across the globe. First, right here in Perth, we're partnering with Western Power, Synergy, and AMO on energy transition, grid management, and using AI for operational excellence. We all know that the demand for energy is increasing. Actually, AI is driving a lot of that as well. And energy sources are becoming more varied and changing rapidly. With Western Power, we've developed an energy supply and demand forecasting engine powered by machine learning and automation, enabling faster and more accurate decision-making across the entire energy value chain. With Western Power, we're also looking to use AI to drive more operational efficiency. So it's the business growth side as well as operational efficiency. The second example I'll give is of NHS in the UK. I bet you if I ask for a raise of hands, several of you have probably experienced it, fair to say? Love-hate relationship? All right, so I mean, as you all know, but NHS is the largest healthcare service provider in the world. The reason I picked this example is because a lot of people doubt and think AI is experimentation. But this is a point on scale, right? We've been working with NHS for the last 7 years, and their whole goal has been patient-centric digital transformation. So that's their vision, and we've been working with them. But through AI and data analytics, we're able to help them accelerate this journey by providing and prioritizing what's important to them, right? Which is both proactive as well as ongoing care. Some examples I'll share because they're made up of a bunch of trusts, so sometimes it's easier to narrow it down. We're working with 4 trusts where they've picked patient waitlist management, they've picked automation of clinical coding, and they've picked reducing operational burden of repetitive queries. And AI is actually making all of that work better. And just last week, I was with the Ministry of Health in Singapore, where I live currently, and it was a very senior meeting, and we were having these really tough conversations, and then suddenly I said, so what is the one big thing I can help you solve, make it real for you, right? Let's get through the brass tacks. And the leader there says, do you know most of the seniors in Singapore schedule 4 appointments at the same time in 4 different hospitals? And it takes us so much time and energy in helping them correct this. I know it may sound a bit extreme, but I mean, this is real, right? We're seeing a lot of these kind of changes that are so happening. Sometimes we think that they're not important, but these are really important from an individual's perspective, from a parent who's trying to make their appointment and sometimes might have mixed up their calendaring issues. But I share this example because immediately we went back and we said, let's put automation, a lot of automation, using their data and AI to work to help them change that. Back to NHS example, we've also developed the NHS app. And because we're calling this empowering healthcare, through this app, patients can feel more empowered and use it as a digital front door to really manage their health much better and in a more proactive way. And the last example I'll share with you is an example of the San Antonio, Texas public transportation system called Via Metropolitan. This is San Antonio, Texas. It's a city slightly smaller than Perth in terms of population, but pretty spread out. And Via, which is their public transportation system, manages about 36 million passenger trips annually. Via wanted to provide 24/7 customer service, proactive in multiple languages, primarily Spanish and English. And they launched this digital agent called Ava, which automated, as you can imagine, right, automated a lot of tasks. And what really stood out for me here is that we automated 96% of the queries, and there were just 150 of them. So most people call to ask 150 questions. So it's super easy to automate, and you can free up your resources to do more high-value work. But one of the side benefits of this project in working with the San Antonio government was that they then said, hey, now you've organized that data, can you give us some more insights? And we're like, oh, this could be fun. And what we were able to do is be able to predict their bus route timing at what stop it arrives proactively and accurately, which people loved. So it sort of triggered more of a use of the app because now I'm actually seeing, hey, when is my bus arriving? So I thought that was fun. All right. So I share these examples. Hopefully you see that these are proof points of very large real-world problems where cities, healthcares, and businesses, they didn't settle for what's available. They pushed the thinking, they had a vision, and they were open to experimentation, they were open to failing forward, they were open to organizing their data, and willingness to adopt new ways of working and not hiding behind, hey, I've tried it before and it's not gonna work. So that's what gives me a lot of hope on this. I would like to make one important point, which is, I've talked a lot about technology, but none of this would be possible without humans, people, talent. The effectiveness of AI is a result of a human and AI collaboration. Human talent guiding the technology development, application, and its usage. AI needs technical talent, but also, creativity, arts, lateral thinking. Those can be your superpowers, so it's not just about the tech. Thank you, Vice Chancellor. At IBM, we have partnered with ECU to set up the first future lab for IBM in Australia. And this future lab, even though it launched last year, we've had this partnership with ECU for the last 4 years. And this is the talent incubator and the feeder pool for IBM's talent for Australian market. So we're very actively looking to develop and hire and mentor and develop talent. This lab operates as an earn while you learn framework. So these young generation kids are getting paid, and they're learning, and they're working on the most innovative problems in the world, and they're trying to solve them. And they have a great advantage of having the IBM structured learning, mentoring, shadowing, and at the same time, working on real-world crime problems. So this gets me super excited. And so far, we've offered 126 internships to ECU students. We've hired 62 students, and we are just beginning. All right, time's up for me, so I leave you with 2 things. First, AI is happening. It's happening fast. You can let it happen to you, or you can take charge of it to really unlock amazing, if you want to use the word exponential, I'm a math geek, so I pause on that, amazing value. The second, the future of AI isn't just the algorithms. It's about the augmented human talent using them. And we need to invest in programs like the Future Lab in Perth and do it now. Thank you very much.